Solidarity. I'm David Jones, a UNISON NEC rep for local government. I was delighted to be invited to speak at your rally today. Circumstances have prevented me from being there. Nevertheless, I wish it goes well, and I look forward to visiting your picket lines on your forthcoming strike action. The action you're taking is significant and important for you and your families as you seek to secure the pay and the value your role deserves. But it is also significant for UNISON members up and down the country, especially for our members in schools. Your dispute has been an inspiration and an example of how to run a dispute. I want to acknowledge the work your steward Tom Parker has done, not just on the ground organising picket lines etc, but in constantly raising the dispute at a national level, ensuring NEC members are aware of the latest developments. Support workers are the backbone of our school system, yet too often you are underpaid, overworked and undervalued. You don't need me to tell you that the challenges and pressures are significantly higher for members in special schools. School support workers are also the backbone of our union, and UNISON will fight to ensure school support staff are treated with the respect you deserve. That's why we back your dispute, and that's why I, as an NEC rep, will support you until you win your battle for fair pay. I know you're passionate about your jobs and about the children you support. And of course, in that sense, your job is rewarding. But your pay, by comparison, offers little in the way of reward, and that must change. You love your jobs, but you still have to pay bills. You still have to feed your families. And in the past year or so, we've seen hundreds of thousands of workers faced with the same dilemma. Food, energy, petrol, and now mortgages have all shot up, but pay rises that have been offered have been miserly in comparison. We face year-on-year real-term pay cuts, which means every year we are poorer. Pay for school support workers has lost 25% of its value since 2010. Meanwhile, the chief economist for the Bank of England, a man paid £119,000 a year, says we must accept being poorer. But up and down the country, workers have been saying we refuse to be poorer. In Camden, traffic wardens in UNISON are in the 5th week of all-out strike action to secure better pay. University support staff are striking, and in Wirral, where I'm from, 400 clinical support workers at our hospitals are due out on strike next Thursday and Friday, when you'll also be out, as they seek to secure getting paid the rate for the job they do. You are not alone. You are part of a growing number of workers saying enough is enough. In education, a growing number of schools are opting to become academies. This gives them the right to dictate pay locally. Now, I don't know about your school, but often it means inflated salaries for the chief executive. But the worry is that as at Ashfield, pay for support workers lags behind. That is why your strike is important. For you, yes, but also so UNISON can show academy bosses up and down the country we will not stand back and let them take our members' pay. As a country, we have faced over a decade of cuts and austerity. Public services and those who work in them have been decimated. And for much of that time, the union movement has merely sought to absorb these blows, to mitigate against the worst effects, to make rational arguments to ministers, while hoping and relying for a change of government. But let's be honest, that has been an ineffectual approach. Every year the cuts have gone deeper, and ordinary working families have found life getting harder and harder. But there has been a change. New union leaderships have been elected, and workers have demanded that action is taken over the cost of living crisis. Trade unions have started to act again like trade unions, to act in the interests of members. It's no longer sufficient to stand back and hope for better if we get a new government. That could be more than a year away, and we can't afford to wait that long. Trade union members in our millions have been voting for strike action, and those votes for strike action, those members like yourselves who have taken to the picket lines, have ensured that our voices are heard. In fact, at times our voices have been deafening. Time and time again, our voices, our willingness to take strike action has forced employers and the government to back down and make improved offers. We have won and won again. Sometimes full victories, sometimes partial victories. But again and again, workers have won fair pay deals by taking action. Workers in this country have risen from our knees and we have found our voices. Your determination has already won concessions. 84% of you, though, in a recent ballot said that's not enough, and I salute you for that ongoing determination to secure the pay rise that you think is fair. Let your employer listen to your strength. And you have been strong so far. You've been united. You have been determined. And that will serve you well. Victory to the Ashfield Strikers.